Good morning. Let's try that again. The internet is glitchy at my house today. But welcome back to the next video in our series. We're going to talk about the toxin-free home today, or the mostly toxin-free home. I hope you've enjoyed the other videos. We've had a few that have been especially popular. The emotions and essential oils video. If you haven't watched that one, make sure you watch that one. And also the one on modern medicine and why we need options. That one's been really popular too. So I hope you have enjoyed the series. We're going to talk about toxin-free living, the toxin-free home today. I have lots to share in a short amount of time. So let's just dive right in. If you look back in history, there's a great video on YouTube. I'll try to find it for you that talks about when a slew of chemicals were introduced into the U.S., into our food, into our skincare, into our cleaning products. It was around the 1950s, and about 70,000 new toxic chemicals were introduced into our environment. And over the next 40 to 50 years, we get to watch the rates of disease of all types increase, cancer rates skyrocket, diseases like asthma and arthritis and immunologic issues, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, ADD, ADHD, depression, so many things. We've watched the rates of those over the last few years skyrocket. And part of the reason for that is because of this introduction of this slew of new chemicals into our environment, which at the time we didn't know how those would affect us. Now we know. So if you take any cabinet in your house and you open up the cabinet and you take the contents in the cabinet, let's just say that it's your kitchen, underneath your kitchen sink, or even underneath your bathroom sink. Open any cabinet, go do this after the video, and you see what you learn. Take a few products out, look at the ingredients, Google the ingredients, Google dangers of, and then put that ingredient in, and you will find a slew of information on stuff that we literally fill our houses with. If you research and figure out what some of those chemicals do to us, I'm going to go over some specifics for some specific products, but just in general, what you're going to find is that those products are carcinogenic or cause cancer. They disrupt our hormones. They cause asthma and allergies and a host of other medical problems for us. And literally our homes are filled with them. They say that the average American is exposed to 300 toxic chemicals a day, 80 of those before breakfast, because it's in our skincare and our personal care and our shampoo and our lotion and all of the stuff we use every day. They also have done studies on taking samples from newborn baby umbilical cords, and they found in that study that the average newborn baby in America has 284 toxic chemicals in their umbilical cord. So that statistic alone is so alarming, especially when we look at the rates of so many things that are going on with our kids these days. So we are really literally inundated with chemicals which our body doesn't know how to process. So a good rule of thumb is this: if you can't pronounce it, your body can't metabolize it. Your body has a hard time processing it. Your liver has to work extra hard to try to detox those chemicals. It often will send those chemicals into your fat cells, where your fat cells can try to form sort of a little protective layer so that it protects you from it. But over time, with the exposure of as many things as we're exposed to in our food and in the products that we use every day, our bodies become overwhelmed and then they become sick. And so much of that can be prevented by just a few measures. I know sometimes when I teach the toxin-free home class, people get depressed. After a few minutes, they're like, oh my word, this is so depressing. What do we do? And hang on, because I'm going to tell you, because it's not that difficult to replace 80 to 90% of the toxins in your house and drastically reduce the load of toxins that your body has to deal with and process. So if you have not taken inventory of the stuff in your house, there's a great app called Think Dirty. You can download that app. I believe it's for free. And you can literally put any product in there and it will tell you what's in the product, what chemicals are in there that are known to be harmful to our bodies. So don't necessarily take my word for it. Go do some research. And I think what you're going to find is that things that you use, that you've used for years, that you use all the time, every day, that you put on your kids, that you put on yourself, that you fill your home with, are causing problems and issues for you. And the easiest way to deal with that is to get rid of them. But then we go, well, then what are we going to use? Well, I'm going to tell you what we're going to use. But the easiest thing to do is to just get rid of what you can get rid of. So if you think about the way we were created, later today I'm going to do the a little bit of the oils and their history in Scripture. But if you look at where God placed us when He created us, He actually placed us in a beautiful garden. And when you go outside, we've mentioned this before, but when you spend a lot of time outside, you're going to be exposed to the healing power of His oils all the time, because they're literally everywhere. They're literally coming off the trees, coming off the pine trees and the cedar trees and the rose bushes and your azalea bushes, my dogwood trees about to bloom. So all kinds of amazing molecules that God made that come off the plants. And when we spend a lot of time outside, those can really affect healing and help our body, give our bodies what they need to function. But we don't live in gardens anymore. And if you look at the statistics of how much time we spend outside, the average American, that's less than 7%. So we spend 93% of our time inside. And once we get inside, we light a bunch of candles, which are toxic and contain formaldehyde and are worse on our breathing than secondhand smoke. We spray room spray, we spray toxic cleaner, we fill our pantries and our cabinets with things that are not good for us. So we lock ourselves inside, and then we fill the inside with a bunch of toxic fumes and toxic things, and then our body has the hard job of trying to deal with that and process it and trying to figure out what to do with it. It overwhelms our body, and our body eventually succumbs to that. So again, we've mentioned this several times. First of all, get outside. Spend more time outside. It's absolutely gorgeous here today in East Tennessee. I've already been outside for a run. I hope I get to spend quite a bit of time outside today. My husband and I are actually going on an overnight backpacking trip in the Smoky Mountains tomorrow. So I'm not sure if I should be excited about that or not, but at least I will be outside, right? I could get eaten by bears, but I will be outside. So get outside. The second thing is clean up the inside. So as much as you can, do what you can to get rid of the stuff that's causing harm to you and your family on the inside. We're going to go through some common products that you have in your house. I'm going to use my computer to go through some of the common things that you have in your house, and I'm going to give you a Young Living alternative to that product so that you can slowly but surely replace the toxic things in your home. Let me say this. You don't need everything we have. You need 3 or 4 products, really, to replace almost, not quite, but I'd say to replace 80 to 90% of the toxins in your house. You don't need that many things. So if you'll follow along with me, let's start with air fresheners. Remember I said we lock ourselves inside, we spray air freshener and room spray and light a bunch of candles, and it's really difficult for our lungs and our breathing and the breathing of our babies and our kids to combat that. So toxic air fresheners often contain compounds called phthalates. They contain formaldehyde, and anytime you read on the ingredients list of anything where it says fragrance, that fragrance can actually contain up to 50 chemicals. There could be 30, 40, 50 different chemicals that contain just what they put on there that says fragrance. So when you see fragrance, be afraid. So of course all of those room sprays and candles contain the fragrance, which means a big slew of toxic chemicals. Those can cause endocrine disruption, so disruption in your hormone system, known carcinogens, often allergies and asthma, especially for little kids, and especially if you're using the toxic spray called Febreze. Febreze itself contains 84 chemicals, and you can so easily replace that with a starter kit because you get a diffuser. I've got my diffuser going right now. So you can replace that with a starter kit, and you can diffuse things that not only don't harm you, but help you and help your breathing and support your health and support your mood and support your respiratory system. So you need a diffuser so that you can diffuse wonderful things. You also need the oil purification, which comes in our starter kit. So you can make a little spray. I do this all the time. So make a little spray. I use just like a little 10-ounce spray bottle, and I put 10 drops of purification in that, and I can't tell you the number of things I use that on. I spray it on my pets because it keeps them from having to wear toxic flea collar and tick collar things. It also protects me from having to spray them with toxic spray to make them smell better. So I use it every day on my pets. You can use it as room spray. You can use it as linen spray, and you can pick whichever oil you want. I love lavender oil to do this for if I'm using it in my bedroom for linen spray. But purification is the one I keep under my kitchen sink, and I use it all the time. So make yourself, it's just so cheap. You get a little bottle, purification comes in your starter kit, make yourself some spray. Also, this is a great little trick to take when you go to a hotel room. You can spray it in all the air vents. You can spray it over the linens there in your hotel room. So it gives you an easy way to purify the air wherever you go. A lot of times, you know how you can sometimes get funky car smell? Well, funky car smell is so easy to get rid of. You just put a couple drops of purification on a cotton ball and put it in your air vent, and there you have your own little car diffuser. We call it a hillbilly diffuser around here in East Tennessee, but that's a great way to clean up the air in your car. Okay, let's talk toxic cleaners. Open up underneath your kitchen cabinet. I guarantee you there are 200 to 300 chemicals that you don't realize that are underneath your kitchen cabinet that are causing your family and you possibly problems. At least eventually they will be if they aren't yet. Again, almost all of these products say fragrance. That means toxic stew. They also contain formaldehyde, ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide, ammonia, hydrochloric acid, and these chemicals are known to cause allergies. They're known to disrupt your hormone system. There are known carcinogens among those chemicals. They have respiratory and skin irritation. So how can we get rid of the toxic cleaners that are underneath our sink? Let me tell you, all you need is one product. It's called Thieves Cleaner. I wish I would have brought it in here. Thieves Cleaner is a concentrate. It's in a bottle about, I don't know, this big. You mix 1 capful of the Thieves Cleaner with the rest water, and it will be your favorite cleaner ever. It cleans glass and kitchens and bathrooms. It gets stains out of carpet. It gets stains out of clothes. I use it to clean my car. You literally can clean anything with it, and you will replace so many cleaners. They say that the average family spends $1,500 a year on household cleaners. Well, let me get you one for $22, and then you can use that 1 bottle of cleaner for 6 to 9 months. That 1 bottle of concentrate makes 28 large spray bottles of cleaner, and you can clean your house, depending on how tidy you are, for 6 months or 9 months. I hate to say, I think mine lasted 9 months, my first bottle. So anyways, get yourself some Thieves Cleaner. It's the most amazing cleaner you've ever tried. It's all plant-based. There's nothing in it that will harm you or harm your family or cause any kind of allergies or asthma, anything like that. Okay, let's talk laundry detergent. Laundry detergent is so dangerous. Laundry detergent contains sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS. You will see it as SLS. Also dioxane. It also contains artificial fragrances, aka toxic stew, and then a compound called NPE, non-phenyl ethoxylate. I was a chemistry major in college, and I can't even pronounce some of these. These cause skin irritation. They're carcinogenic. They can be damaging to your organs, cause allergies and headaches. And we wash our clothes in these, and then we wear the clothes that are now laced with those chemicals, and those absorb through our skin. So replace your toxic laundry detergent. For years, I made this homemade detergent with bar soap, with like an all-natural bar soap that you would grate on a grater, and then it had all kinds of stuff in it. But anyways, it was this all-natural kind of powder. Now, Young Living has their own laundry detergent, which is called Thieves Laundry Soap. It's a small-ish bottle, about this big, but it will do 64 loads of laundry. It has natural enzymes and powerful amino acids that leave your clothes clean and fresh without that overpowering scent that we're used to. Now, I will say this. When you first start to switch over your laundry, at first you're going to miss that overpowering smell that often we're used to with our clothes. But I want you to begin to associate that overpowering smell with toxic stew fragrance that's not good for you, and not good for your little kids to be wearing clothes drenched in that. While we're on laundry, let's do dryer sheets. Dryer sheets are so bad for us. They contain benzyl alcohol, ethanol, ethyl acetate, chloroform, and terpenol. Those cause basically the same thing. They can cause nervous system damage, allergies, asthma. They're carcinogens. They irritate the respiratory tract and disrupt our hormones. You can replace your dryer sheets or your fabric softener with wool balls, which you can order from Amazon. Just wool or felt balls. And then you drip some essential oils on there before you put them in the dryer. And voila, you have so replaced those toxic dryer sheets with just a few pennies per load, because you're just putting a couple drops of essential oil on there, on those dryer balls, putting them in your dryer. Again, when you're first getting used to switching over, your clothes, they're going to have kind of, I would say, a light citrus scent depending on the oils that you use, but they're not going to be overpowering. They're not going to knock you down when you go into the room, and it takes a while to get used to that, because we often associate that sort of chemical fragrance smell with them being clean. That doesn't mean they're clean. That means they're full of chemicals. So it will take you a little while to get used to that, but switch to the dryer balls. Okay, body wash. Let's talk about body wash. Let's go to your bathroom cabinet and open it up. Body wash contains sodium lauryl sulfate, artificial fragrance, and 1,4-dioxane. These are irritants to the skin and eyes, can cause hormone and neuroendocrine disruption, and can cause DNA damage. We have amazing products that you can use for that, but my favorite, honestly, are our bar soaps. I am such a bar soap girl now that I've been using Young Living. We have some amazing bar soaps. I love Sacred Mountain. We have one called Fresh Start. I love that one. So our bar soaps are amazing. All natural ingredients will leave your skin so much softer. They're non-drying, contain none of these chemicals which normal bar soaps and normal body wash contain. Okay, let's talk body lotion. Body lotion contains alcohol, parabens, phthalates, and sodium hydroxide. This can cause sun sensitivity, endocrine disruption, DNA damage, and skin irritation. So let me just say this. In general, since I've been using oils, my skin is way less dry. So I don't find myself every 2 or 3 times a day needing lotion like I did before. The other thing that I love doing is taking one of our massage oils. We have so many different massage oils, and just putting that massage oil on right after you get out of the shower or bath. It's unbelievable for your skin. So conditioning, will not be drying at all. And it's not oily. You won't at all feel oily. You just won't feel dry. We also have an awesome lotion called Lavender Body Lotion. But I would suggest first trying one of our massage oils. They're amazing. I love Sensation Oil. I love... there's one called Dragon Time for us ladies. I love that one. We have so many good ones. Okay, let's talk toothpaste. Toothpaste. Hold on. Where did I find mine? Here we go. Toothpaste has sodium fluoride, which I'll tell you about in a second. All kinds of dyes, sodium lauryl sulfate, triclosan, and hydrated silica. Dental products and toothpaste are probably one of the most toxic things in your house. Just Google dangers of fluoride. I think that if you could switch to a non-fluoride toothpaste, you'd be better off. The risks from these ingredients are dental fluorosis, neurotoxicity, disruption of your thyroid and other glandular dysfunction, and arthritic symptoms. We have the most amazing toothpaste in the world. It's called Thieves Toothpaste. I would never go back to regular toothpaste. It's a non-fluoride toothpaste. It contains peppermint, spearmint, cinnamon bark, basically like Thieves. And we're doing a contest in April. We're starting at the 1st of April, where we're going to add a drop of orange oil onto the toothpaste for whitening. It does an amazing job for whitening your teeth. The thing you're going to have to get used to with this is it doesn't lather up like some of your old toothpaste, but your teeth will never feel more clean. It so supports your oral health. So get the bad toothpaste out of the house. Okay. Let's talk quickly about face wash. Face wash contains salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, sodium lauryl sulfate, artificial fragrance, and alcohols. This can cause skin damage, skin irritation, hormone disruption, cellular dysfunction, and it's drying to the skin. Young Living has state-of-the-art skincare. I love our skincare products so much. We have 2 lines of skincare. We have the ART system, A-R-T. I love that system, but actually my favorite is the Orange Blossom Face Wash. I love that face wash. And then I use Sheerlume or Sheerlume, depending on how you say it. I use that for moisturizer. It's a brightener, kind of an anti-wrinkle, anti-aging brightener. I also add a drop of frankincense to my moisturizer, or after I put my moisturizer on, I just put frankincense straight on my face. I have been able to actually stop wearing foundation since I've been using Young Living skincare. It's amazing. Some of the other skincare lines that you can use, I think, will give you quick results where you can see results quick, but over time, because they contain toxic products, they're not good for your body. What I find with Young Living is you have to use them a while. You're going to love them right away. You're going to love the smell. You're going to love how your face feels, but give it some time and compare your face to before you started trying it. I can't tell you how many people have said to me, oh my gosh, what are you doing? What kind of skincare are you using? But I had to use Young Living a while before I felt like it was noticeable. But our skincare is really amazing. So, you know, those are just some of the main products. Oh, I forgot to mention deodorant. Deodorant. Let's talk deodorant. You really, really, really need to think about switching out your deodorant. Deodorant contains aluminum. And can you think of a couple of major illnesses that are associated with aluminum that have been skyrocketing over the past few years? That would be Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and not to even mention just the fact that those antiperspirants don't let us sweat out the toxin. So we put something on our skin for 70 years straight. First of all, we shave the skin, then we put something toxic on there that doesn't let any of the toxins out. And we wonder why breast cancer rates are so high and why these disease rates are so high as women age. So switch out your deodorant. We have all natural deodorant. I've actually been making my own and I love it so much. So if you haven't tried that, we actually will post the recipe. One of the members of our group has an awesome recipe that I've been using for a couple of years, so we'll post that in the group. And it's so easy to make, and it's my favorite thing ever. So switch out your toxic deodorant. Even if you just switch to an all-natural organic deodorant, do it, please. It's so much better for you. Okay, so I just wanted to go over some of the main products that are in your house so that you can think of ways that you can switch those out so that you can do better. Here's the order that I would do it in. I think first you need a starter kit, because then you have a diffuser, you can get rid of the candles and the room spray, and your house is going to smell better, and you're going to have the health benefits of the oils that you put in there. Second thing I would get is Thieves Cleaner. So if you're trying to figure out like, well, I need to kind of budget this, get Thieves Cleaner, because with Thieves Cleaner you can switch out all your toxic cleaners. The third thing that I would switch out is toothpaste. So I'd go toothpaste next, and then work on laundry. So that's kind of the order of things that I would begin to switch out. And really just with the starter kit, Thieves Cleaner, and the toothpaste, you're going to hit 80% of the toxins in your house. You're going to switch those out. So I hope this has helped, and I hope you will make some changes and get those toxins out of your house and get outside and enjoy all the amazing things that God has literally filled the environment with. And let's clean up the inside so that it's safer for us and for our families. Okay, I'll see you soon.